So sometimes I get asked of verses, and this one came up as a request. Ice Cube versus Snoop. Who I got? Two of my favorite rappers in the 90s. West Coast rap at its finest. And sorry, you Kendrick Lamar fans. Even though I like Kendrick, he ain't seen either one of these two for different reasons. He ain't seeing Snoop because Snoop's cadence is still one of the coldest, soulfulest flows ever. And he ain't seeing Cube's wordplay because Cube was bringing lines like Tony Montana snorted cocaine and Scarface. I mean, you just can't write it. Now, my criteria is like a 5 point rule. It's kind of like a 5 tool player in sports, especially in baseball, being able to do everything and doing them at a high level. Well, my music criteria goes across demographics and genres. So I look for writing, vocalization, albums, songs, impact, longevity. So if I use that criteria when I get asked this question of who am I taking of the two, I'm taking Ice Cube. He had the better albums. Snoop had the better impact. Now let me explain. Listen to Cube's albums back then because those were some standards for their time. The Jerry Curl era, which I call the Cube era from 89 to 93 NWA and then solo. That dude was like, he must see, must hear. You know, he was on fire. He was that dude. He even had the late Sinead O'Connor called him America's best poet at the time. He was quite profound at the time. But Snoop's voice, Snoop was the first rapper that, if Teddy Pendergrass was a rapper, that's what you thought of. If Al Green was a rapper, that's what you just put that. If Marvin Gaye was a rapper, the soul, that's what it was. It was like he wasn't the best in terms of cadence, and he wasn't the best as far as lyrical content, or but it just that soulful delivery. You can't knock it. It's always gonna have a place. He's Snoop was a game changer. He was a game changer. No one had ever sounded like him before, and to be honest with you, no one sounded like him since. But to be around when Deep Cover came out and Nothing But the G Thing, and then the Doggy Style album and all that came through, you couldn't avoid him, and there was a reason. I mean, he was vocal gold. So the longevity goes to Snoop because Snoop to this day can still drop something somebody will kind of bite on. It's not the same with Cube, the Don Mega, and all that stuff. He had a lot of great collaborations. Obviously, NWA was big, and then of course West Side Connection and his own solo career, etc. But the Cube era to really appreciate it was 80s, 90s, mainly 90s. And then that's kind of how it went. Snoop was like a sought after free agent. It's kind of like Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James. When they went, that's what for a standard for a particular time. He definitely from Death Row to No Limit to Star Trek for Chad and Pharrell, Neptunes and all that. So he hit with all that. But that's how I describe it. So if you ask me to pick a winner of the two, I'm taking Cube because I was more into Cube's albums and his musical. But Snoop got the longevity, so that's how I would word it. But if you got any requests of a verses, and I'll break them down, gladly, feel free to comment below. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for nothing, share it if you like my peace.